Hello, my beautiful people, wherever you are watching from. Isn't this mind-blowing? A woman is being asked to come and testify against her husband in the court of law. Reason being that life, isn't it? I'm here to talk about a true life story. I don't talk about folktales, I don't talk about fictions. True life situation. Rita has been married to her husband for some years now, and they are blessed with 2 kids. But all these years in the marriage, she has been violated domestically by her husband. But out of fear of what people will say and people will laugh at her, she has been tolerating and bearing all the nonsense in that marriage. According to her narration, her husband started violating her domestically. He BEAT her without mercy, and not just her, he extends it to their children. According to her narration, she was supposed to have had 3 children, but because of the domestic violence on her, she lost one of the frequent BEATINGS from her husband. Now, the ages of her kids are 9 years and 3 years respectively. He BEAT her without mercy. On this unfortunate day, the husband came back from work late that night. Their 3-year-old son always bedwets, and they have been trying to stop him from bedwetting. But you know, as a kid, what you didn't teach him from baby, he won't grow with it. And all efforts to make that 3-year-old boy stop bedwetting has proved abortive. But she didn't relent in helping him to stop bedwetting. At night, she will wake him up, take him to the toilet to pee. But this unfortunate night, she overfed the boy and made him to pee before going to bed that night. While she was tired because of the hard day's work, she couldn't wake up at night to take the boy to pee. So by daybreak, the boy had bedwets on the bed. And before now, the husband has always been BEATING the 3-year-old boy, trying to stop him from bedwetting. He didn't stop at the little boy, he also extends his anger and rage to the 9-year-old daughter. And according to her, whenever he's BEATING them, she steps in and the man will gather the 3 of them and BEAT them to stupor. Now, this unfortunate day came. As they woke up that morning, the little boy had bedwet again. And the husband, out of anger and rage and, like I say, frustration, and I don't know how to describe it, BEAT this boy without mercy. We then asked, is it that you couldn't talk to him about it? There were no family members, there were no neighbors that could come to your rescue. She then said that all their neighbors have come in to intervene. But the man, her husband, has remained adamant to it, and that any of the neighbor that comes in, he picks it personal with that neighbor and fights the neighbor and would say, what is the neighbor's business in his life and in his affair and his family affair? So on this unfortunate day, he started BEATING the 3-year-old boy, and out of anger, he brought out the boy from the house and flung him outside. And you know, a 3-year-old boy is still light and tender. As he flung him, mistakenly the boy's head hit the wall. And while the husband was taking the boy out to fling the boy so that he could continue BEATING the boy, it was then she and her 9-year-old daughter grabbed the man and was like, do you want to KILL this boy? Do you want to buy him? It's not his fault. He will outgrow it soon. He's still a little boy. And the neighbors came out again and was like, your own is becoming too much. And that is when they decided to intervene by holding the man. Do you want to buy this little boy? Before they could turn to where the little boy was, his head was already opened. And he was bleeding profusely. All over the ground was soiled with blood. And before they could rush the boy to the hospital, he had and the neighbors became furious and they rushed at him. Some then called the police and they arrested him. Before the police came, they had already tortured him for doing that. Now, he is being paraded in the courts of law. And they have called the neighbors to come and testify against him, but the neighbors, they are all withdrawing. So they now need a family member and an eyewitness to come and testify against the man. And the only family member that can come and testify against him is his wife and his 9-year-old daughter. So the family of the man has heard about the issue and they are now, castigating the woman. They are talking into her that, is she going to testify against her husband? Yes, what he did was wrong. Why didn't they call the family members when the thing happened? Why did the neighbors take him to the police station? Why did they call the police on him? They started accusing the woman and pointing blames on her. But at this point, she is confused. She doesn't know what to do. That is why this story is out. For your own opinion, should she go to the court of law to testify against her husband? Because if she testifies against her husband, he will be sentenced to life imprisonment, not just for domestic violence alone, but for murder of a 3-year-old boy, which happens to be his son. Please advise accordingly, because things are actually happening in this life. Whatever your opinion is, please drop it in the comment section, because she needs your advice. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.